Hello Nicholas, it's Daddy again, and we're at Mowat Bay. You remember the other day we went down to Palm Beach and then we were looking at the ocean. Well, this is Mowat Bay, and it's not on the ocean, it's on Powell Lake. And I don't know if you've seen Powell Lake or not, if Daddy showed you or not, but yeah, this is right behind Daddy's house, about maybe 2 kilometers. And there's a great big beach here and a big playground. You can see all the climbing stuff and everything else, and there's some swings over there. So yeah, and there's a beach, and there's a picnic tables and stuff, just kind of like Palm Beach, except this is freshwater, not saltwater, not the ocean. This is a lake. And Powell River, or Powell Lake, goes about 35 miles that way, way up there. That's on an island, and the lake goes around it and around it, and then goes 35 miles way out there, way in the back. But it's a lake like Lois Lake. Do you remember Dad took you to Lois Lake Dam and we were fishing and we caught a fish? Yeah, that's what Powell Lake is. It's called a reservoir, and there's a dam. If you go around that corner to the left, there's a dam over there, right down by Daddy's house, down by where Daddy lives. There's a dam there, and the dam holds back water so that they can generate power. And if you look, you can see a band of really light rock, and then there's kind of a band of darker rock. Well, that's how high the water goes in the springtime, is right up to that black line all the way along. So you can see that black line, you can follow it along and see where the water would come up to. And see that big log right there? There's a big log right there. That's about where the water comes up to in the springtime and early summer. But this is a nice place to come in the summertime to go swimming. There's you can see there's lots of logs out there and stumps. And what happened years and years ago, and it happened to quite a few lakes in BC, is they built dams and they flooded it, but they didn't get a chance to cut down all the trees, or they cut the trees down but didn't get a chance to stump them out. So there's lots of dead trees in the water and lots of stumps and such. So when you're in a boat out there, you got to be really careful. They've built a little fence around the playground here. I don't know why, but anyway. So go for a little bit of a walk, and we'll show you a little bit of the beach. Hey, there's lots of beach, and there's actually a little tiny creek that comes through here. It's dried up now because it's been so hot and sunny through July and August. But yeah, there's a little creek that flows down here. There's lots of kids come in the summertime when the water's a little warmer. They play on the beach and they swim in the water. When the water's this low, I was watching some kids the other day, and they were swimming out and standing on these stumps and jumping off of them into the water. Yeah. So if you look over here, there's a bunch of logs in the water. That's called Block Bay. And what they do is they log. You see way up on the mountain up there, there's a kind of a patch where there's no trees. That's an old logging cut. And way, like I said, way back there, 35 miles, and then into the bush from there, they log trees. And they haul them down to the lake, and then they put them in a boom, like they do in the ocean, and they pull them all the way down here to Block Bay. And then what they do is they have an A-frame, they call it, and it's like a big crane, and they lift the log booms out of the water, put them on a big logging truck, and then they haul them down to the ocean. And then they put them in another big boom and then haul them all the way down to Vancouver. Or some wood goes down to Jarvis Inlet. So there's lots of logs floating around out here sometimes. So when you're out boating, like Daddy said, you got to be real careful. But that's what happens. So that's where they, oh, you can just see, look real close, you can just see the top of the A-frame through the trees there. Now let's try to zoom in a bit. I don't want to get too crazy here, but see it? There it is. There's the top of the A-frame. And that, what that does here, hang on a sec, Daddy will zoom back out again. What that does is it's up like that, you can see it. And then it leans over, and the cables hang down, and they attach it to the boom in the water, and then they bring the boom out of the water, and then they stand it up. And what happens is that boom that's hanging goes from here, and as it stands up, it comes this way. And then a big truck pulls in, and then they drop the log boom on top of the truck, undo all the cables, and then the truck drives down to the ocean. Yeah. So look at, there's some pretty big stumps down here. There's some pretty big trees at one time. And this is the little creek bed. You can kind of see it. It just goes along here. Zoop, 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 zoop. It's been dry for a long time, so people have walked in the little creek bed, and hey, and it flows into the water here. But yeah, so this is Mowat Bay. And then there's Block Bay and Powell Lake. But yeah, so Daddy thought he'd bring you down and show you Powell Lake and Mowat Bay. Alrighty, son. Well, I hope you're having a good day. And Daddy loves you. And Daddy misses you. And we will talk again soon. Okay? Love ya. Bye-bye.